dear child, you are not seeing this message by chance. On the contrary, I, Archangel Michael, have been trying to get your attention for a very long time. This is not a moment to be ignored. So please be very careful, because if you ignore it now, it could be the greatest regret of your life. I am not saying this to scare you. Rather, I am saying it because your soul is asking to be guided, and I am waiting and sending you signs, but you continue to ignore them. Whether you realize it or not, the choice you are being asked to make today is connected to a series of blessings that were predestined for you before you were even born. These blessings are circling around your life, waiting to come, but they cannot come as long as you keep refusing to acknowledge what you feel deep down, that something is about to happen, that a miracle is on the way. If you ignore this, child, you will weep, not just from sorrow, but because you failed to recognize how close it was. This is my voice, Michael, and I speak to you with all divine seriousness. Is it a coincidence that I am sending you this message right now? No, it is not. It is one of the divine laws of the universe and heaven. Yes, the law of attraction. You feel extremely lucky that I am sending you this message, don't you? Before moving on to the message, please like the video so that this message can reach other people, dear soul. You must also receive and accept the message with love. If you write, I received and accepted it with love, in the comments and seal it with 917. You will maintain the balance of giving and receiving. Don't forget to stay tuned and subscribe for our other messages, says Archangel Michael. Now we can slowly move on to your message. I see the nights when you cried and asked, "Why do I feel so lost?" I see how hard you try to be strong, to smile, and to keep going, but I also see how alone you feel inside. You've been strong for far too long, carrying burdens that aren't yours to bear, blaming yourself for things that aren't your fault, and now, in the silence of your soul, you wonder why everything is the way it is. My dear child, you are not seeing this message by chance. Rather, I, Archangel Michael, have been trying to get your attention for a very long time. This is not a moment to ignore, so please pay close attention, because if you ignore it now, it could become your greatest regret in life. I don't say this to scare you. Rather, I say it because your soul has been pleading for direction, and I have been waiting and sending signs right next to you, but you keep ignoring them. Even though you may not realize it, the choice you are being asked to make today is related to a number of blessings that were prearranged for you before you were even born. These blessings have been circling your life, waiting to land, but they cannot come until you stop avoiding what you feel deep down, sensing something is about to happen, a shift that you call a miracle. And if you ignore this, child, you will cry, not just sad tears, but tears of not realizing how close you were. This is my voice, Michael, and I am speaking to you with all of my divine seriousness. I see the nights when you cry and ask, "Why do I feel so lost?" I see how hard you try to be strong, to smile, and keep going, but I also see how lonely you feel inside. You've been strong for too long. You've carried burdens that weren't yours. You've blamed yourself for things that weren't your fault. And now, in the silence of your soul, you're wondering why everything happens. I'm not angry. I'm heartbroken because I love you, and I've been pleading with heaven to give you another chance. If this message has already made your heart race, it's not a coincidence. It means your angels are close. If you're still reading, subscribe right away, because I'm not done talking to you. There's something urgent that you still need to hear before it's too late. Now, let me tell you something that might shock you. I can't force it, but someone is currently being guided toward you, and has the power to change your entire life. They have a message, a gift, or a truth that will open a door you've been praying for, but they've been blocked because you keep blocking your own receiving energy. You pray, but then you doubt, hope, and then you fear. So you ask, but then you walk away from the answer when it comes. You were born for something divine, which is why you've always felt different, why people try to dim your light, and why you face challenges that others wouldn't survive. Your soul has a unique mission. You were chosen to break generational patterns, bring healing, and awaken others simply by being yourself. But how can you accomplish that if you continue to hide your doubts and ignore your spiritual wake-up calls? I, Archangel Michael, have cleared a path, but I need your help. I'm being so serious today because heaven has already seen what will happen if you skip this. It saw you waking up one day and realizing that you let your miracle walk right past you. It saw you wondering what could have been if you had just listened. It broke my heart. I stood in front of God's throne and cried, "Let me try one more time." God replied, "Yes. That's why I'm sending you this message right now. I'm not just warning you, I'm offering you the start of your miracle story. But don't skip this. Your name was recently mentioned in a divine meeting in heaven, where they discussed your life, your purpose, and your future. They decided that if you listen now, if you say yes, the delays will end, the answers will come, and the person you've been crying for will arrive. Yes, the one you're thinking about. But you have to believe me, your future is pleading. I want to step in sooner, but I needed your permission because that's how spiritual law works. I protect and fight, but I also need your yes. So, here's the last invitation before the tide turns. Will you ignore it or will you listen? Your miracle is still waiting at the edge of your belief, and you have no idea how close you are to something. I know that this world has been cruel to you, that people have betrayed you, and that you have been ignored and left to suffer in silence. Amazingly, someone has been dreaming about you, planning to meet you, and preparing a message that only your soul will understand, but you keep blocking it because you don't think you deserve such love, favor, and joy. I'm here to remind you that you do, and the heavens are about to prove it. If you walk away, I will respect your free will, but I can't guarantee that I'll send this message again, which is why I said you will cry for the rest of your life if you ignore it. And the miracle begins. I've seen you walk through fire with a smile on your face and tears in your heart. You conceal your suffering so well that even those closest to you are unaware of what you've been going through alone. But heaven knows I know, which is why I'm not letting this moment pass quietly. You've spent too much time with the wrong people, people who don't value you, people who talk about you when you're not around, people who secretly want you to remain small, broken, and confused, which is why this message is coming like a thunderstorm to wake you up before they take away the future that is meant to be yours. You are not meant to blend in with them. Rather, you are meant to rise above them. You have been walking in silence to avoid criticism, but your silence is costing you your miracle. I'm not asking you to make the world understand you. Rather, I'm asking you to finally understand yourself, because the moment you stop apologizing for your power, your heart, and your truth, that's when your entire life will change. Is the time when your angels will be fully released to open the floodgates. But if you continue to ignore me and skip this, you will continue to be trapped in a cycle that heaven has already prepared to break. Right now, something is happening nearby that is connected to your decision. It's a spiritual shift, a ripple of divine action, and it's connected to your decision. This message wasn't sent to you for entertainment. It's a lifeline, spiritual CPR, because I saw that your spirit was growing too exhausted to continue fighting. You've been waiting for a miracle, but your miracle has been waiting for you. The time has finally arrived, the divine clock has struck the exact moment, and you have no idea how many doors will open if you just stop ignoring this warning. If your spirit is even slightly stirred, don't scroll or leave yet. This moment was planned in heaven. Read this message through to the end, because the next words could permanently alter your course. Someone is currently watching you, not with judgmental eyes, but with eyes of profound realization. Someone who thought they could forget you, someone who tried to walk away, but they were unaware that the more distance they created, the more your energy filled their soul. Now, they are returning, but not empty-handed. They are bringing a confession, a truth, a decision. If you miss this moment, though, you will miss it all because your vibration sends out signals. And if you vibrate with fear, they will feel fear. However, if you accept this message and move into trust, they will return home to you. Angels are assigned to your name, child, and they are currently encircling your home with the spiritual blueprint of your next miracle. And I'm not referring to mere miracles. I'm talking about big divine moves, financial releases, family healing, soulmate unions, purpose alignment, and peace like you've never experienced before. But I can't give it to you if you keep acting like you don't hear me. If you skip again, I won't say anything else because I'm not angry, but because you have to make a decision even though God is waiting for you. Do you remember the last time you felt truly seen and loved? That wasn't just a fleeting moment. It was a memory established by heaven to remind you of how you were meant to feel every day, even though you weren't created. As you read this, I'm standing in your room and declaring that today is the day everything changes. This is not just a video, it's a divine turning point, and your soul knows it, which is why your heart is racing and your thoughts are racing. And that's why a part of you wants to close this and act like it's not real. To chase, you were created to receive, but your trauma has led you to believe that love must hurt, that blessings are few, and that miracles only happen for others. That's a lie, and I'm destroying that lie today. I'm here to awaken a secret that has been kept from you about someone you love. They've been talking to someone about you, asking questions, making plans, and preparing something behind the scenes, but they're afraid you won't accept them, afraid you've moved on, and afraid they waited too long. I'm not talking to the old you, the broken you. I'm talking to the version of you who was chosen before birth, who has royal blood in their spirit, and who was never meant to be ordinary. A secret about them. Heart, I see their mind waiting for a sign. If you ignore this message, they will think you've forgotten them and turn away forever. You don't want that, you know you don't. So stop acting like you're okay. You're spiritually starving. The feast is right in front of you, and I, Michael, your protector and divine warrior, am standing at the gate of your breakthrough, sword drawn, wings stretched, ready to fight for your future. However, I cannot move without your decision, so I am unable to protect what you keep refusing to claim. Simply say yes, and you'll see how heaven moves, how miracles become your new normal, and how the person you thought had forgotten you starts running toward you with tears in their eyes and your name on their lips. Now, I'll tell you something that most people never hear in their lifetime, something so sacred that even the stars bend to listen when I say it over someone. Your daughter's soul has been chosen for something that requires quiet strength, deep roots, and unwavering love, which is why her journey has felt heavier than others, and why she has experienced things. There will come a time when someone will say, "There's something different about you," and in that moment she will hesitate, she'll feel that old urge to hide or downplay her light. She didn't deserve it because only the strongest warriors are called to carry the kind of light that shifts entire generations. She is not weak, she is not lost, she is chosen. And that word chosen isn't just poetic, it's prophetic. She will smile and say, "It's God, that's what you're seeing in me." And even though it may seem insignificant, that moment will change that person's life forever. One soul at a time, a silent, holy ripple will start, and you, my love, will know the promise is happening. Don't be shocked if you start to receive unexpected blessings around the 11th. They might not be what you asked for, but they will be what you need. You might get a message, a connection, or a flash of insight that changes everything. Unfamiliar miracles rarely look like what the world expects, but your spirit will recognize them and trust that recognition. That's me. In addition, the room she spends the most time in will become a sacred space because my presence will begin to dwell there more deeply, not because of the furnishings or the items in it, but because you might even feel it when you walk by. A sense of warmth, softness, and stillness. That's me. I will meet her there in her laughter, in her quiet thoughts, in her tears, and when it returns, I will sit. You will have dreams too, some of which will feel so real that you wake up with tears in your eyes or peace in your bones. Don't ignore them. I'm speaking to you through them. I'll show you glimpses of the future, not to overwhelm you but to anchor you. You'll see her smiling freely, and you'll see moments that haven't yet occurred, but these are my gifts to you, proof of what's already happening behind the curtain to her pain. Time, and I want you to start writing things down, even if you don't think of yourself as a writer. Keep a notebook close by and write down everything you hear, feel, and sense in prayer. You might not understand it all right now, but one day she will read your words and realize how much you fought for her in the unseen. I'm not finished with her, and I'm definitely not finished with you. She will grow, rise, and find her voice again, and when she does, it will be louder than every lie she has ever told. The world will try to label her, but she won't need them because she will know she belongs to me. When she enters a room, darkness will decrease, not because she tries to be impressive, but because heaven will walk with her, because she will become a woman whose presence carries healing and a light in places that once rejected her. And that's the kind of daughter you are raising. The kind of soul I entrusted to your care was not brought into your life by accident. Rather, she was chosen by God, and even on your darkest days, you were the ideal candidate for this assignment. The 11th is not the end. Rather, it is the beginning of realizing what you have always hoped would happen, that no suffering was in vain, no prayer was disregarded, and no waiting was in vain. You will begin to see the results of your love, your covering, and your obedience, and the beauty of it will humble you. You will notice my fingerprints everywhere in her smile, her healing, her joy, and it will make every storm seem less intense. Archangel Michael has been tasked with protecting your daughter not only in the physical world, but also in the spiritual realm, where the real battle has always been. His orders are clear, his sword is drawn, and she will be defended, led, and covered by grace so strong that nothing will touch her without first passing through my hands. While not everyone could hear this message, you could because you've been listening for me even when you weren't sure you were hearing anything, but I've been close by and have been leading you here so that you can finally breathe because you're not alone in this. You've never been. You're not late. You're not disqualified. You're not forgotten. You're chosen. And this is just the beginning. Your Heavenly Father and Archangel Michael are still watching, fighting, and being with you until the promise is fulfilled. You are just seconds away from what could be the most significant divine shift of your life. Do you realize the weight of that if you walk away now? Not because I don't want to talk, but because the window will close and the ensuing pain will be spiritual as well as emotional. You won't know what it is, but deep down you'll remember that this was the moment you skipped, the one where Michael begged you not to, which is why I'm speaking in this way, and why my voice feels louder than usual in your spirit, because I know what's coming, and I've already seen both futures, the one where you say yes, and the one where you ignore. You glow again, feel light again, stop feeling like the world is too heavy, start laughing more, walk into rooms and feel safe. People who once lied about you publicly apologize. Your person reaches out with truth rather than confusion. You sleep better, you smile more easily, you create things that inspire others, and you become the version of yourself that God always imagined. That's what happens when you say yes, when you follow the yes path, child. It's seconds, just say yes, but in the other future, when you get there, if you skip, you'll notice that things are getting colder, people are taking money away, your body feels heavy, and your dreams seem far away. You'll try to fix it yourself, but nothing will make sense because this message was the key, and if you throw it away, the door won't open, which is why I told you that you will cry for the rest of your life. If you skip, it's not a threat. Rather, it's a warning dripping with love, because I don't want to lose you to the version of life that is less than what was written for you. As a warning before you do anything else, pause, subscribe, if you haven't already, and don't skip this time because it's divine timing and sacred space. Do you feel that your skin is tingling and your heart is racing right now? That's not anxiety. Rather, it's activation, and your soul is remembering who you are. You're not normal, you never were, and you don't fit into this world because you were sent to change it. You feel things deeply because you're spiritually gifted. You lose. Somebody from your past has been dealing with something they never told you, keeping it hidden because they thought it would be safer, but the truth is eating them alive. They see you in their dreams, hear your name in conversations that shouldn't mention you, and feel your energy at random moments. People quickly because they couldn't handle your light. You dream about love that feels divine, because you've had it before in a life, because your soul hasn't forgotten. You are not broken, you are awakening, and this message is your rebirth. And they understand that you are not just someone. You are sent into their lives as a mirror, a blessing, a lesson, perhaps even a soulmate. However, they are afraid to go back, afraid that you will be too late, and they are afraid that this message is their sign as well. If you open your heart now, they will sense it and come. I have already placed people and miracles on your path. All you need to do is walk. The moment you act with faith, even just by believing, things will change. Doors will open, people will call, emails will arrive, money will appear out of the blue, and more. The moment you stop ignoring your heavenly invitations, your life transforms into what it was always intended to be, a river of grace rather than a desert of fear. You question yourself time and again. God, why do I feel forgotten? But the truth is we never forgot you. It was you who kept ignoring us. It was you who saw signs and called them coincidence. It was you who felt nudges and said, not now. They're watching your life from a distance, and they don't say anything, but they see everything, and they've been praying for a reason to reach out, waiting for a sign that you're still open. And that's okay. We understand you've been hurt, and we know you were taught to survive, not thrive. However, I'm asking you to try something different just this once. Don't scroll or skip, just respond. Let heaven know you're listening, and let me know when you're ready. Signal that you send energy into the spiritual realm that clears the way. It's not just about you. It's about everyone involved in your destiny. Some of them are waiting because you're waiting, and some of them are stuck because you're stuck. The moment you say yes, the chain reaction starts, and now, as the silence of heaven gently descends over your heart, I want you to take a deep breath and feel what's happening, not around you, but within you. The shift you're sensing is not fear, but reverence, the release of something sacred. Since the entire family line starts to realign, when a parent receives revelation about their child, you have entered a generational realignment. What you heal today will not burden your daughter tomorrow. What you confront with love, she will be released from with grace. This is how powerful this moment is, and it doesn't end with her, because I see other family members, children, who have been lost and confused, but the obedience of one parent does send waves through the timeline. So yes, this is about you, daughter, but it is also about what she carries, what she will give birth to in the spirit, and how her light will guide others back to me. She is more than just someone's daughter. She is a gate and a doorway for blessings that will reach beyond your capacity to comprehend. Her name is known in heaven, her cry has been heard, and now her miracle is being released. You will witness it unfold not all at once, but rather piece by piece, like a puzzle gradually coming together. Don't rush it. Each step will be a miracle when she finally says, I feel different today. The way she looks at you, her voice is softer, the phone call she gets that gives her a chance, and the bravery she has to refuse something she would have previously said yes to are all indications that I've been working behind the scenes. There's more, though, that I must share with you, something I've kept hidden up until now, because your heart had to be prepared. A letter, not a physical one, but a spiritual one, that I wrote the day she was born, and it contains every dream she has ever had. You are the keeper of this revelation, and your faith will determine how it flows. This isn't pressure, it's partnership. I'm not asking you to carry it alone. I'm asking you to trust me. I dreamed over her every promise I made, and that letter has now been opened in heaven. The time for fulfillment has begun, which is why the enemy has been louder lately, why emotions have been erratic, and why confusion has tried to creep in, because what has been sealed for years is being delivered. As the 11th approaches, I want you to get ready, not in a panic, but with praise and worship in your home. Speak words of life over her room, write her name in your prayer journal, and tell me, I am not limited by doors, time, or pain, and I will go where she is, even if she doesn't call. I will stand by her bed, sit next to her when she's quiet, and whisper when she thinks no one is listening. Your fears will then be released, and every morning after that, you will wake up and say, God, I trust you with my daughter. That small prayer will activate things in the unseen that even your strongest actions could never do. One night, perhaps just before the 11th, something will stir in her sleep, and she may wake up feeling emotional or tell you that she had a strange dream that isn't random. That is me softening the soil of her heart. Be kind in that moment, and don't rush to interpret, just listen. If necessary, I will give you the words, or I'll tell. If you could just give her a hug, you could help her rediscover herself, rebuild her voice, and create space for silence if she needs it. When she starts talking again, don't interrupt. Let her finish each sentence without correction. Her soul is finding a way to express her pain, and once she does, I will heal it. Thank you, my love, for bearing so much and continuing to believe. Your daughter will walk with a strength that will surprise people. They will ask how she became this strong, and she will respond that it's because someone prayed for her when I didn't know how to pray for myself. That someone was proud of you, and heaven is happy every time you fight with faith, with Archangel Michael watching. Thank you for not giving up on her, invisible. Now, I will reward what you did in secret with a victory that will be seen in public. Not only is he standing close by, but he is roaring over your home and has drawn his sword in defense of you. The assignment that was sent to derail your daughter has been intercepted, canceled, dismantled, and broken. You will soon see the evidence, but for now, you can rest easy knowing that it is over. The countdown has already started, the shift has begun, and the glory is on its way. God with Archangel Michael by your side, protecting your daughter, your home, and your heart. I understand how exhausted you are from giving up, hoping, and dying. You're waiting for someone to pick you, but the truth is that someone already did. Heaven picked you before you shed your first tear, before you lost your first love, before you experienced your first betrayal, and you were chosen, protected, and anointed. You've forgotten what that feels like, but I haven't. I still see the fire in you, the light in your heart that this world tried to extinguish, and I'm not giving up on you. But you need to stop giving up on yourself because that's why you should. This is because a life-changing event is about to happen, and the only thing standing in your way is a delay. You have complete control over the delay, but you're scared to believe again because everything seems to go wrong every time you do it. But what if I told you that everything went perfectly? What if I told you that all of those endings were divine edits? What if I told you that the heartbreak, the delay, and the silence were all part of preparing you to receive what doesn't leave, what doesn't lie, and what doesn't destroy? This time is different from the last time, and this message is proof, and the decision is in your hands? Hands, you have two paths ahead of you. One leads to tears that you will never stop crying, and the other leads to joy that you cannot even fathom. However, I cannot walk for you. Once you take action, I can only protect you. That is the law of spiritual alignment. If you choose to skip, I protect your freedom, but if you say yes, I guard your destiny. Don't just read this, interact with it, leave a comment, share it, and let heaven know that you're not walking away. Let me know that you heard me, because someone very powerful is finally in a position to help you open doors for you and change your life. Have your name in their hearts. They haven't spoken yet, but they will, and they're going to reveal something that will shock you. Therefore, I'm telling you to stay grounded, stay open, and stop ignoring the divine nudges because what's about to happen won't make sense to your mind. It will only make sense to your soul. You've been praying for a long time to feel special, chosen, and like you matter, and I'm telling you now the energy you give out is about to return to you multiplied every time you gave love and received silence, because every time you stood by someone who abandoned you when you needed them, that silence is about to be reversed, and every time you remain silent to maintain peace, that peace is now returning to your life, not because you fought harder, but because you finally stopped ignoring the one message that could change everything. People who haven't met you yet will cry tears of joy when they do, because you didn't. Give up your yes in this moment because it is the echo that prevents a future generation from experiencing the same pain you did. You are not only healing yourself, but also healing a lineage. Take a look around you. Nothing is random. The clock, the sky, the chills on your arms, the flood of emotions you cannot explain, that's heaven trying to tell you that this is not entertainment, but eternity whispering a moment like this doesn't repeat a message this loud doesn't return once it's ignored, which is why I said, Skip this and your soul will ache for the rest of your life, not because I will punish you, but because you will always feel the weight of what could have been. I'm not just asking you to say yes for the sake of miracles. I'm asking you to say yes because you deserve to know peace, to rest, to be loved by someone who never leaves, to live a life that doesn't hurt all the time. And that life begins when you respond, not when you wait or observe others, but when you finally say, I'm ready. Say it with tears in your eyes. While you're afraid, just say it. Your person is closer than ever. They're feeling a sense of urgency, and their spirit is being led toward you. You don't need to pursue them or beg them. You just need to get ready, and I'll take care of the rest. But don't skip this post, close it, or scroll past it like it's just another one. It's not heaven's last attempt to say, we have not forgotten you. My last, deepest secret, I love you, I see you, I've been fighting for you in places you can't see, but I need you to fight too, just a little, just this once. Fight the urge to doubt, fight the fear of being wrong, fight the trauma that tells you're not worth it, because you always were, and everything that's been hidden is about to be revealed. If you skip, though, I won't say anything because I want to, but because you've made your decision, and I will always respect that, even when it hurts my heart. Your sign, your rescue, your miracle does say yes. Share this, and watch what I do next, Archangel Michael. You're still here, and that matters more than you think. Every moment you spend with me right now, your energy is changing, and every word you read is saving you from a storm you didn't even know you were drowning in. That's how powerful obedience is, and you're so close to something holy that the devil has been trying to divert your attention by making your phone buzz to divert your focus, but you're still here. I know you're tired of the word hope, and that it has let you down in the past. I know you've cried with your face in the pillow and whispered prayers through clenched teeth, telling God you don't know how much longer you can take this. But I also know something you don't know. Your story is already turning, and all you had to do was not quit before this message reached you. The door just opened, a spiritual door that was locked for months or even years, and now the wind is starting to blow again. There is a woman or man in your story whose heart has been hiding. They don't show it, but their soul feels heavy with unspoken emotions about you. They regret what they did, regret what they said, or worse, regret what they never had the courage to say. This isn't a coincidence. It's alignment that brought you here. Heaven wouldn't allow you to enter another painful cycle without one last battle for your heart. Is your energy, and they have been stirring their hearts night after night to prepare them for a divine action. However, I need you to be ready, because once they arrive, it won't be slow. Rather, it will be sudden like lightning, like destiny coming full circle. You must not miss it by getting sidetracked by things that never deserved your time. This is the final alert, so if you're still reading, you've been chosen. Subscribe now. You're in the middle of a miracle in progress. A few nights ago, you were on the verge of giving up on something significant, ending, or leaving, but something stopped you. It wasn't just your own strength. It was me, your wing, holding you back because I saw this moment coming. I saw you crying the night before heaven would call your name again, and I kept you alive because you were never meant to live a life full of confusion. Because you've accepted less for so long, you've forgotten what true peace feels like. That's why I'm sending you this message. It's your first lesson. You won't chase after people who don't value your soul. Instead, you'll attract them. You won't beg. You'll become. You won't shrink yourself. You'll stand in full divine expression. A document with your name on it, a letter, a contract, a decision, something written that changes your course, and guess what it's already on the way, so you don't even need to chase it. However, if you keep letting fear overpower your faith, you might not see the opportunity when it comes. That's why this message is important. It's not just prophecy, it's preparation. Something you lost is about to come back to you. It won't look the same, but it will feel right. It could be a dream or a person, but you'll know it when it does because you'll feel safe again. God doesn't send chaos. He sends clarity. I, Archangel Michael, will ensure that no lie taints what is intended for you. You must understand that someone is keeping an eye on your every action right now, not to imitate you, but because they miss you and are wondering if you think of them as well. They have remained silent out of guilt, but they are prepared to speak up and confront what they flew from. They are a part of your story, and if you remain in alignment, they will return with an apology and something from their heart that they have never had the courage to share with you before. God had to remove what was draining you because what's coming will overwhelm you. You've had enough of people saying the right things but doing nothing. It's time for people to show up with actions, commitment, and presence. No more one-sided stories, confusion, or almost, or perhaps I'm calling in real life, but only if you stop ignoring the moments that matter most. This is one of the most crucial moments ever, and it's happening right now as your heart takes in these last waves of truth. You were chosen for this assignment before time began, before you were formed, before your daughter took her first breath, before you even realized what love could truly cost. You were chosen not because you were perfect or because you had it all figured out, but because your soul carries a strength that this world cannot measure. I saw that strength and placed it inside you, and it's the same strength that has carried your daughter this far, even when she didn't know it was you. There is something sacred about the way you love her. Even when you're exhausted, your heart is breaking, or you feel like your prayers are just floating in the air unanswered. I've caught them all, and stitched them together into a covering so strong that no evil, darkness, or betrayal can ever break her destiny, because what you say over her in prayer becomes armor in the spirit, and you've been protecting her soul in a way that even she won't be able to. In the spirit, holding the line. Fully understand until she becomes a parent herself, and on that day she will cry in awe of you and me for everything you did in a silent, faithful, and loving manner. Let me tell you something else that will happen. Maybe not on the 11th, but very close to it. She will say something without realizing how serious it is. It could be a sentence or a brief phrase, perhaps during a passing conversation or during a conference call, but it will carry heaven's fingerprint. And when she says it, you'll know your entire body will react, and the air will change because that phrase will be the signal for the miracle. Has started. You'll smile, you might cry, but most of all, you'll feel a wave of calm wash over you. That's how I work, gently, quietly, powerfully. Your daughter will soon begin to feel things she has never felt before, like deep empathy, new boldness, and an inexplicable peace. She may not know what to do with those feelings, but that's okay. Her soul is awakening, and with it come waves of sensitivity to what's real, what's false, what's needed, and what must be released. She may outgrow people, change her course, or leave behind things that used to comfort her, but don't be afraid. She's changing into something you always thought she could be, but now that the world will see it, I'll change you too. You didn't ask for this. All you asked for was for her to be okay, but because of your unselfish love, I'll give you back the blessing in full. You'll get answers you didn't anticipate. You'll heal in places you forgot were still broken. You'll smile again in ways you thought were gone forever. Your life is not on hold. It's intentional, and I'm going to breathe into every area that has been waiting in silence. There are people who doubted your parenting, who questioned your decisions, and who may have even left or spoken against you. But I want you to know that I saw it, and I haven't forgotten. I'm not just restoring your daughter, I'm restoring your name. Those who misunderstood your love will eventually understand your loyalty, and those who judged your silence will eventually see the results of your surrender. You won't need to prove anything. I'll take care of it for you. Now listen carefully. When the 11th comes, don't look for anything loud. Instead, look for something clear. I don't always shake the earth to reveal myself. Sometimes, I just whisper so loudly that your spirit trembles. Stay tuned, be present, and watch her carefully. Pay even closer attention to yourself because there might be something I ask of you, an act, a word, or a response, that turns out to be the key to unlocking what I've prepared for her. Don't hurry. You'll realize when the time comes, my child. This message wasn't given lightly. It was spoken line by line from my heart to yours, as the period of uncertainty and wondering is over. You are now entering the season of witnessing, where you will see healing, favor, and her assuming the light you always knew she possessed. As you watch, I will gently remind you, this is what I promised. This is what I've been preparing. Go now, not in fear but in faith, not under pressure, but in peace, and take the next few days to notice the signs, feel the changes, and most importantly, hold your daughter close, not just with your hands, but with your prayers, your presence, and your patience. She may not express gratitude to you verbally yet, but her soul always knows because you've loved her as I love you, without giving up, without turning away, and without conditions, and for that I bless you beyond measure. The heavens are watching, the angels are in motion, the Archangel Michael hasn't left your side for a single breath. Archangel Michael is standing next to you, sword drawn, wings spread, ready to deliver what I promised. Oh, you've made it to the end, which alone means something significant is happening spiritually right now. I am standing in front of you, and my wings are not at rest. They are covering you, and my sword is no longer sheathed. My name is sung before me every day, and he protects your home and guards her every step. On the 11th, the celebration begins. I've risen, and my voice is no longer a whisper but a divine roar because I, Archangel Michael, am now acting on your behalf. I'm telling you to leave this child alone because they are chosen, they're rising, and this time they're not skipping the moment. They were created because you've listened longer than most people ever do, and your angels are celebrating because you understand the spiritual weight of your heaven recorded your obedience every second you stayed with this message, and in places you can't yet see, movement has begun. The person you've been waiting for has just received a signal in their spirit. The opportunity you thought was gone has just been redirected your way, and the conversation that could change your path has just been scheduled. Your name, yes, yours has just been written into someone's miracle story. That's what happens when you say yes. Don't you dare believe the enemy's lie that it's already over. No, it's just getting started. Delay was never denial. Rather, it was divine rearrangement. Now that your heart is listening, the clock is ticking again, and you are not stuck, forgotten, or invisible. The spiritual traffic has cleared your path, and your yes has shifted the sky. But trust me when I say that this message will not come again in the same way. This intensity, alignment, and wave are once in a lifetime, and if you leave now, the silence will feel louder than ever because your soul will know it missed something sacred. I love you too much to act in any other way. Actually, I'm not sugarcoating anything when I say that you have to choose this moment or lose it. There is no middle ground. Someone is going to remember everything you did for them, including every small act of kindness, silent prayer, and forgiving glance you gave them when they didn't deserve it. It will feel like heaven touched earth, but only if you let this message open your heart rather than close it. You are not too broken, complicated, or too much. Precisely the energy someone is praying for right now. This is your moment, this is your opportunity, and this is your promise. I, Archangel Michael, promise to fight for your highest timeline, to protect you from enemies who are hidden, to awaken your divine gifts, to break every pattern that has been haunting your family line, to guide your person home to you, and to stand between you and everything that has been sent to harm you, but only if you promise to stop avoiding my voice. Here's what to do next. Fold your hands and whisper, I receive this right now. Even if it's in your mind, bell subscribe. If your heart is racing, that's your confirmation memo. Right. I'm ready. In the comments or in your own journal. Let the angels see it out box. Share this with someone who is spiritually lost. Perhaps they need this message too. Then, stay still and watch the signs. Start within hours, not days, and if you ignore this, if you act as though this message didn't reach your heart, then I, Michael, will respect your free will. I will take a step back and become quiet, not because I'm angry, but because my job is to serve, not to coerce. But I will bear the burden of what was lost, I will hold the echo of what might have been, and you will feel it forever. One day, you'll think to yourself, I should have listened. Please don't let that be your story. Say yes, and let heaven flood. Let your angels do what they've been waiting for years in your life. I'm here, but only if you're